Let me share my screen and tell me once you are able to see my screen. Okay. Okay, you are able to see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you are visible.
Okay. Okay. So what we are going to see today is actually yesterday we saw the architecture. So today we will see how we can take the instance. Okay. Now from here onward, we are not going to say ServiceNow software. Okay. Or ServiceNow platform. Normally we say platform or instance. Instance is the more familiar word used in the ServiceNow development. Okay, so we can call it as a ServiceNow instance, or the one which today we are going to take is for our training purpose or our personal learning purpose. So we call it as a personal developer instance. Okay, or in short, we can call it as a PDI. Okay, so we can see how we can take that instance, what all our different terminologies are there, and how we can take it. If you have logged in through your computer, okay, or maybe if you have logged in through your mobile, but you are having your computer nearby you, I will recommend you to go through the process which I am going to tell, and side by side you can claim the instance as well. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, so how we can, firstly, I will tell you the procedure, okay? Then we can see, and I will give you a time of 5 minutes, then you can register your own instance, okay? So we need to visit to this particular URL, developer.servicenow.com. If I click here, it will take me to that particular URL, okay? Where you will be able to see something like this screen. Here you will be able to see the button sign up and start building, okay? And once you will give the name and everything, the email id, if few of you might would have created already the account, if you got some information and you would have already registered, the same email will not work. But if you are already account, you no need to create new account, you can log in through directly the same email. If you forgot your password, then you can reset the password, you will get those reset password options as well. Those who are first time going to sign up for the ServiceNow account, yeah, they need to give the proper email id here, password. Once you will confirm this text, then you will be able to sign up on this one. Okay, so once you will sign up, one email will be received to your mailbox for the confirmation purpose. Once you will confirm it, and one more time you will be able to log in through the portal. Okay, you will be able to get your instance actually. Okay, we are calling it as an instance. Okay, so something like this you will be able to get it here. Okay, so once you will log in, before this screen, before this particular screen which I am showing you on screen, if you are a first time creating account, ServiceNow might ask few questions to you. Okay, so who you are you developer, are you user, or are you application developer? Because different personas are involved in a ServiceNow development. Okay, so you can select multiple options, or if you have option to select all, you can select all, and your instance will be ready. Okay, and once your instance will be ready, you will be able to see it here somewhere, the blue button to start building. Okay, so once your instance is ready, then this button will be enabled so that you will be able to open your instance in the new tab. Okay, so this is how your instance will look like. Okay, so below this we are having this particular screen here. Welcome to ServiceNow. Start using ServiceNow powerful now platform to build application that make work better for your organization. All these things will be there. Once you will click here, profile icon will be there. Let me go here. This profile icon will be there. Okay, if you click on this arrow, right, it will show you all the related information. Okay, so this is a personal developer instance. It means this is for learning purpose, and you need to pay attention here. Okay, instances with no activity for over 10 days will be claimed back into the pool. It means that for continuous 10 days, if you don't have any particular activity on your personal developer instance, then ServiceNow will reclaim your instance. Okay, they will not give you access to that instance. Again, you need to come here to this personal developer site and you need to claim it one more time. Okay, if within 10 days, if you logged into instance and you do some activity on your instance, you can say some kind of configuration or you are changing some values or something like that, then your instance will be active for another 10 days. So validity will be increased for next 10 days. Okay, we are having some actions here, we call it as an instance action. Okay, now why I have kept this screenshot, if your instance is not active, okay, means for example morning 9 o'clock you open your instance and maybe evening time 4 or 5 p.m. you try to open one more time the same instance, in that case it might show you an error saying that your instance is not up. Because this is personal developer instance, ServiceNow won't give that much facility to it, will give everything to you, but with respect to the availability and all, right, ServiceNow will not care that much. So that's the reason it will be in a sleep mode. So you need to come to the personal developer site again and you need to wake your instance up. Once your instance will be up, yeah, then you will be able to use it for your configuration or whatever you are doing, actually the development and configuration and all. Here if you see, we are having two roles actually. Currently you can see here the admin role. We are having second role, actually we call it as a application developer role or app dev role. Okay, so the portion which we are going to cover in our training, starting with this, required a admin role actually. Okay, how to change this role I'm going to tell you. Okay, I am already having the instance actually claimed, is already running. So on that instance itself we can see it. But for you, I will give 5 minutes. Those who are on computer, right, they can create their own account and they can see all these things, whether they are able to see or not. If anyone faces any issue, right, quickly you can share your screen so that we can have those doubt will be solved there itself. Okay, so I will wait here. Okay, I will post this URL in your chat box. I want you guys to create the account. Did anyone logged in through computer for the meeting?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me show you where you can go and how you will be able to do it first. Let me log out first. Okay, yeah, you can go to this URL. Okay, developer.servicenow.com/dev.do. Let me post it here in a chat. For you will be able to go directly. Second, once you will come to this, right, here it is sign in. If you are already having account, you can sign in from here. If I am clicking on sign in, it will show me the option to enter ID and password here. Okay, email ID. If I click on next, it will ask for my password actually. If I go back, if I don't have account, then you can click on this one, sign up and start building. So start building is, they are saying, okay, once you sign up, you can start building your application or you can do your configurations. Okay, so I'm going here. So I will give all these details and once I will sign up, okay, you will receive a confirmation email from ServiceNow. So once you will confirm it, okay, you need to confirm your email ID. That's the reason they will trigger you an email. Then you will be able to access the instance. Once email has been confirmed, you can come back here. And after that, you can click on sign in here. Okay, and you can give your ID password and your instance will be ready. Let me give ID password here. I am going to give the training@cloudmerry.in. I will give my password. If you forgot your password, here it will have option to reset your password. Okay, now in my case, I am already having an instance. That's the reason I am able to directly land to this screen. But in your case, once after email confirmation, you will land here, you might see a different screen. Okay, that screen will be for your they will ask some kind of question so that they will prioritize your role. Okay, which role you need actually. Okay, so if they ask if you are a developer or if you are a user or administrator, please select all those options and submit it. Okay, then once you submit it, you will receive such kind of screen or maybe a different screen where they will post you ID and password here itself on a screen. Okay, that ID password we are having option to get in later stages as well, but once you will claim it, right, you will get this one. After that, once you will see here the start building button or some different screen with ID and password, please go here to this downward arrow and check which role you are having here. Okay, this is actually the release. Release is nothing but your version, how you are having Windows versions, right? On similar basis, any software will have the versions. So we are having version here as a ROM. So ServiceNow's versions are, they will decide it based on the city, okay, name of the cities, big city actually. So this ROM is the city. So they are having the current version as a ROM release, we can say. The previous one was the Cubic one. Before Cubic, it was Paris. And what is the relation between the city and the series? The series will start with the alphabetical order with A, B, C, D, okay, and name of the cities. If you see Paris, Quebec, and then Rome. So P, Q, R. So that is alphabetical order, and each version or each release is having the city name. Okay. Here, this is actually your instance status. So your instance is online. If your instance is not online, and if you come here on this particular page, this will say waking up. It means you came here. It means you wanted to wake up your instance, and automatically ServiceNow will take that command and it will wake it up. These are the options, few options we are having. Activate plugin. Someone asked me, right, on that day, if I wanted to activate some other application or related things by using plugin. Yes, ServiceNow is having that facility as well. Most of the things you will activate from software itself or from instance itself. But yeah, few things will be there. The plugin related to those things will not be available in your instance. In that scenario, you need to come here to the developer instance and you can go here to the activate plugin, and I will be able to see all these plugins. Okay, if you see here, if I want to activate the cloud management related application on my ServiceNow, so I can come here and activate this. Okay, if I want to activate the discovery related application, I will come here and activate. If you see, we are having so many different applications. Anything related to orchestration, if I wanted to do, I can go here and I will activate it. Okay, few of the plugins are there which are available from the developer side, but most of the plugins are already available from your software itself. Okay, so this is one is activate plugin action. You can, once you click on any of the action, you will be able to see this particular pop-up here, and you will be able to manage all your actions. Okay, now here I am having manage email properties. So whether the ServiceNow's email property, okay, that I wanted to trigger the email from ServiceNow or not, I will be able to decide it from here. If I disable this, no emails will be triggered from my ServiceNow. Why this property required? Okay, whenever ServiceNow gives you one free instance, right, with each free instance, one mailbox will be created in ServiceNow's mail service. Okay, wherever ServiceNow is having mail service or from where they are providing you a mail service, on your particular instance name, one inbox will be created, and that is dedicated inbox for your instance only. Okay, so that is where the email properties you can control from ServiceNow's portal itself. Now we are having the release instance option. Release instance means I don't want to use this particular instance, so I can release it. Okay, and once I release it, I can take the new one as well. Okay, so I can say release it. I will select any of the option here. Currently I don't have here this as an activated button here. If I select, for example, I'm no longer using my instance, or I can say I'm not able to log into my instance, or any reason I wanted to give, I will give, and I will release this instance. It means if I release this instance, I will be able to get the new instance actually. Okay, I will get the option to get the new instance by using this release instance function. If I go here, now the next one we are having change user role. Here we saw we are having, I am having the admin role. Okay, now what is the difference between admin role and other role? Let me open this by admin role. I will click on the start building. Once I will click on start building, it will take the SSO, okay, single sign on login. I no need to give the ID password actually, because it will automatically take the ID password. Okay, now if you see this particular UI, okay, you are able to see some some line here or something here and something here. Okay, so this particular UI we call it as a admin UI. Okay, if I go to the home page, this particular UI is admin UI. Now, what all these components and everything, yes, we are going to see it maybe in today's session or some portion in tomorrow's session. But yeah, this particular UI, we will call it as a administrator UI. Okay. So whenever you will have the admin role, you will be able to land on this particular screen. Okay, where you are doing all the configuration as admin. Okay, all administrator related controls will be available here. Now we are having the one more role actually in ServiceNow. Those who are not administrator, means they don't want to configure coding and all these things, for them we are having a different role. If I go here, you can see my role is currently admin. Okay, and if you see here, App Engine Studio Creator. What is the Studio Creator? How we will have the Android Studio, right? On a similar basis, ServiceNow is also having the same concept of Studio, App Engine Studio, where you will be able to create applications. Okay, so if I change the role, I'm going to select role as App Engine, and if you can see here, this particular application applets are available. If I select admin, yeah, I'm having this applet kind of thing, and I'm having the coding related picture here. It means here I will get permission to do coding and configuration and all. But if it App Engine Studio Creator, I will not have that kind of image here. Now my role was already admin. Now I'm going to change it to App Engine. Okay, so if you see, read this. Okay, the App Engine Studio Creator role allows creators to build applications in App Engine Studio or low code, no code development tool. What does it mean? If you are having a knowledge of scripting and coding, yes, you can develop a rich applications. But if you don't have, then also you can create a low code or no code application by using this low code no code development tool. That low code no code development tool is nothing but your App Engine. Okay, so now I am changing role to App Engine, and I will say change my role. Okay, it will take a few seconds actually. Okay, you can say your change user role request is completed successfully. I will say done. Now you can say my role is App Engine Creator Studio. Okay, and you can see it here, that role has been already flagged here. Now if I click on start building, okay, and you can see where I will be redirected. See, you are currently redirected to the totally different UI. Okay, by using this particular studio, you will be able to create the applications. Okay, you are having here option of create app. Okay, so all this automation you will be able to do: quick start, add table, experiences, any automated flow you can do, any existing templates you will be able to use it, and all these things. Okay, so this is actually the studio view. Okay, so here you are having my applications. Whichever applications you created will be listed here. All the different templates are there. If you wanted to use existing templates, some resources are also there. For example, the documentation site is there. Few videos if ServiceNow would have created already, or some information or articles related to the App Engine Studio. Okay, how you can create some different elements of the ServiceNow to use it on the App Engine Studio. If you see here, one example only I will show you here. Okay, if you see here, this is a desktop view, and if you see here, this is a mobile view. Means actually you are doing configuration in a desktop view, but automatically those configurations are simply applicable here in this mobile view. Okay, this we can easily achieve by using the UI builder. Okay, we are having a UI builder feature here, and that UI builder will allow you simply drag and drop the component to create a different UI. Okay, and when I say different UI, it will automatically be fitted with respect to your different screen sizes. We can normally call it as a responsive UI. Okay, you no need to worry about it whether you are going to open that particular application in mobile or in desktop or in mini screen, or you can say iPad or any your iPod, something like that. Okay, so this is actually the studio for your application creation. Okay, you can see here whichever user, this creator user is your user. Okay, CU, this is CU. If I go here, you can see this is your administrator user. You can see system administrator. It means this user have all the rights related to administration. It means configuration is also one of the part. He will have the access of studio as well. It doesn't mean that he don't have access to studio, but he can go to this particular studio from here. Let me search for App Engine here. Okay, you can see here I'm having App Engine option here. I will go, if I am the system administrator, right? I need to search for that studio option and then I will be able to go it here. But if you are directly a creator user from developer site itself, then you don't have choice to go to the other screen, this particular screen. Okay, you will be directly redirected to this screen only. Now I am going to refresh this screen. Okay, and you can see when I am refreshing also, forcefully it is taking me to the App Engine Studio only. Okay, so for you guys, it should have the admin role. So App Engine Studio role, studio creator role will not be sufficient for you to go through this training. Okay, so what you will do, if once you will claim your instance, right, and if you see the role is not admin here, please go here to change user role, change it to admin and say change user role. Okay, once you will do, you will be able to see that admin related things will be applicable here. Now second thing, we are having few options here. We are having this manage instance password as well. Okay, you will be able to manage your password from here. We are having remove demo data. Now what demo data is exactly? Okay, so whenever you are taking the ServiceNow's learning instance, ServiceNow is having so many different applications or modules or the related things which you need to learn, right? They are having all demo data already created by their team and installed with your software itself. Now you are learning, that's fine, you need to have the demo data. But if you are implementing ServiceNow for your customer, in that case your customer is not bothered about the demo data, right? He wants the data or he wants the configuration which your customer needs, right? In that case, you need to wipe out this particular data, okay, or remove this data. Now we are doing by using this particular developer site, but in your customer case, you need to do this by or from your support portal. We saw yesterday, right? One portal will be provided if you are having a company related instance. Okay, you as a learning instance you are having, we are doing all these things from the developer side. But if you are having a instance for your customer, then the support portal will be provided with the login credentials to you, and you will be able to use that to do all these activities. Okay, now we are having this reset and wipe instance. Okay, here we are having the option release instance. Okay, in the release instance will not be with you. It means the name of the instance will be changed. Now if you see here, we are having the name of our instance is Dev 95409. Okay, if I release the instance and I will take the new instance, this number is going to change. Okay, some different number I will get it. But in this particular scene, reset and wipe instance, it means it will remove all the related data with this Dev 95409, and it will give you the new clean instance to you. Okay, but in this case, if you don't want it to have this instance as well, then you can select the second option, say no, give up my instance name and get a new one. So in this case, your existing instance will be went away and you will get the new name of your instance. But if you select the first option, what it will do, yes, keep my instance name. It means it will keep this Dev 95409, but whatever the remaining changes you did, whatever configuration you did, all will be removed and you will get the new instance. Okay, how you will get at first hand from the ServiceNow's developer side, the same one you will be getting. Okay, now the next action here, we are having upgrade instance. Okay, now if you see here, we are having this Rome patch 1 hotfix 1. It means the current instance which I am using, right, is not on this particular version. Okay, this is my instance is on Rome version only, but patch 1 hotfix 1 is there. It means another security patch they have released, okay, from the time that we have used the Rome version. Now in developer instance case, you can come here and upgrade your instance to this new version. And from your company perspective, you need to go to your support portal and you need to perform that activity. Okay, you need to schedule it when you wanted to schedule it. Now if I want to upgrade this instance, I will go here and I will say upgrade instance. Okay, and my upgrade will start transferring it to the new version. Here the version will be patch 1 hotfix 1. The existing one is not this one, which is different one. Actually, that's the reason I am getting this option. Okay, and if you see which is my current version. Okay, if you see here, my current version is Rome release candidate 2. Okay, now if you see here, we are having Rome patch 1 hotfix 1. It means after releasing the Rome version or Rome patch 1, they have released some security fixes. Maybe some issues might be there, some customer would have reported. For that they have released this version, the hotfix 1. Okay, but if you see here, my version is Rome release candidate 2. So what ServiceNow do is, whenever ServiceNow is releasing new version, so at least 45 to 60 days before that, they will release a beta version, you can say, or candidate, you can say. Okay, for the learning purposes. Okay, or the people, those who are having the personal instance, they will provide you early access so that you can identify more and more issues in your candidate version, and you can report it to ServiceNow. Okay, so that in actual version, which will be the Rome patch 1 version, okay, or Rome version, in that version they will try to fix those issues if those issues are critical issues, and they will be able to release the normal version, which will be available for all the customers. Actually, they are using ServiceNow for their businesses. Okay, so I took this version maybe long ago when they have released the candidate. So that's the reason I am having this Rome release candidate 2. But currently the latest one is actually patch 1. Okay, so I can upgrade it anytime. I will select here and I can say upgrade my instance. So it will be upgraded to this version. Now, whenever you say, right, this version difference is there, the reason behind this is ServiceNow would have added new functionality here, or maybe ServiceNow would have fixed some existing issues. Now, whenever you will see this hotfix 1, right, it means this is having fix. It means some kind of fixes they have applied. Okay, if it is a family upgrade, right, for example, I say each and every version will be named after city, big cities, right? So instead of Rome, if it would have been a cubic one, okay, here cubic instance, in that case I can say, okay, cubic is the existing family and the Rome will be the new family. Okay, or you can say the new product release itself. But if you see here, this is also Rome, this is also Rome, we can say this is a family upgrade. Okay, or you can say within a family upgrade, both belongs to Rome version only and you are upgrading it. Next, you can see your history here. So all history will be shown here: password reset history, plugin activation history, or maybe instance reset history. Okay, if you would have done any reset and all these things. Then any kind of, if you need any kind of help with respect to your personal instance, you can go to this related thread and you will be able to comment it, and you will get the response from the respective persons. Okay, or maybe someone from the community itself. ServiceNow is having community. We are going to talk about it in upcoming sessions, which is community, how you can use it. If you get any issue, right, how you can post the question there, and how someone can answer you if they knows the answer. Okay, these all are the actions related to your instance as a personal developer instance. Okay, if anyone is having any question, we can take the question.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, can you explain first 3 actions again?
First 3 actions?
Yeah.
Let me go here. See,
Yeah,
this activate plugin is there, right? Activate plugin means if you wanted to add any new function to your software or your instance, okay? Or you wanted to activate any new application, then you will be able to activate it from here. For example, I told you the example of cloud management, okay?
Okay.
Now, currently, cloud management related application is not on your ServiceNow instance, but you wanted to activate it. So you can say activate from here. And once you activate it, right, after some time, ServiceNow will install all the related files to your instance. Okay, whatever ServiceNow's automation tool is there, they will install it in your instance, and that particular application will be visible or available for you to use it. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, that means whenever we need to work on any application, we need to activate that application.
Yeah, if that is already not activated. Okay,
Okay,
provided it
yeah.
is not already activated. And here you will be able to see all the plugins which are not activated only, because I have not activated anything from here. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
If
Thank you.
already activated, which will be shown in your tool, okay, that we are going to see in the coming session once I will go there. Okay.
Yeah.
The next one is manage email property. ServiceNow will have a property, or you can say the inbox, which can send emails to you. Okay. For example, whichever activity you are doing, so it will notify you those activity. Okay, as a concerned user. Okay. In that case, ServiceNow uses their own mailbox. Each and every instance will have their own mail ID. Okay. So that particular mail ID, using that particular mail ID, you will receive the emails. How you will receive emails from any other softwares, right? On a similar basis, you will be able to get the emails with the extension service developer, ServiceNow developer @ ServiceNowDeveloper.com. Something like that domain extension will be there, okay, with that email. And that mail is from ServiceNow's mail service. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Customer will have option to use ServiceNow mail ID or their own mailbox. Okay. For example, if your company is using Outlook and they don't want to send the emails to your users within your company from ServiceNow's mail ID. If you are sending from ServiceNow's mail ID, they will ignore, saying that some spam mails are coming. So customer will have option to integrate your own mail services. Okay. Where you are sending mail to your own mail IDs and you are receiving from your own domain IDs actually. In that case, your user will feel the familiar with those mails. Okay. The third one is actually the release instance.
Sir, we can integrate the same ID by which we have login in the instance.
Your Gmail ID you are talking about?
Yes,
you can. Yeah.
Okay.
There are some properties. Okay, so you can I will post that article. Otherwise, once we will go through, maybe after 15 days of training, right, we are going to cover the email related things also. After that, I will post you that article. Yes, you can use those properties. Actually, the Gmail will give the public port name and all related server name and all. You can use that, configure it, and you will be able to send email from your mail ID, or you will be able to receive any of the mails to your mail ID via ServiceNow.
Okay.
Okay. So two services will be there. Okay. One is for sending, one is for receiving. Okay. So in deep, we are going to learn in upcoming sessions. While sending, we call it as a SMTP service, and while receiving, we call it as a POP3 service. Okay. Or POP server. So those receiver and sender will be there. Actually, we will see that on later stages. Okay. Everyone is clear about it? What all these things are available here? With respect to maintenance of your instance. Okay. Now I will request you guys to go ahead and create the instance for you. Sign up your this one. Okay. Those who have logged in from the computer, at least they should do it.
Yeah, I have signed up and also verified my mail ID.
Okay, then
I'll share you the guide over here.
Yeah, you can share the screen so that everyone will get the idea. Okay.
So is my screen visible now?
1 minute. Let me stop my screen so that who is presenting? Srikaran, right?
Yeah.
1 minute. Yeah, I have pinned you, but we are not able to see your screen yet.
Now?
No. Anyone else is able to see Srikaran's screen?
Yes, sir, we can
Yes, sir.
see.
I can't see it. Yeah. Give me a minute, okay? Yeah, now I can see. Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
So here.
Okay. Hello, Srikaran. Help us tune your experience, okay? Do you code? Yes. You can select yes. Yeah, go ahead. You are ready to create something great? Yes, you can select all the options. Yeah, other, you no need to select other. Leave the other. Yeah. Check the last checkbox. Yeah, you can say finish and setup. Okay. Now you can see here, it is now setting up your instance, okay? Not it created for you. It will take maybe few minutes or maybe 1 or 2 minutes. Now once your instance will be ready, right, it will be it will show that start building button, the clickable one, okay, the blue one, or maybe in your case green one, okay, and then you will be able to click on it. Okay, now see, your instance is ready. Now your admin is your user, and current password is something like this. Now if you want to open the instance, you can directly click on open instance, or you can go to return to developer side, click on return to developer side.
Okay.
Okay, now in future, for example, you wanted to share your instance with someone, okay, they don't have access to your developer side. In that case, you need to share your user ID and password. In that scenario, you can go to your that downward arrow from your profile, yeah, that small icon. You can say manage instance password, and you will be able to share the details from here. Okay, yeah, close this pop-up, and you can see your role has been already added as admin, and your release is Rome actually. Okay, it means it is a current one. Now you can go to the let me check. Can you go to the upgrade instance? Yeah, upgrade instance. Okay, for you also, you took the first time, right, the instance, so you are also getting the Rome release candidate 2. Okay, and you are getting option to upgrade it to the Rome patch 1 hotfix 1. It means now if you wanted to upgrade your instance, you can select this Rome patch 1 hotfix and you will be able to upgrade it. Okay, it means whichever new feature or whatever the new fixes they have already applied in your hotfix 1, those will be applicable to you. Now close this. Okay, now you can click on start building. So once you will click on start building, you will be redirected to this particular screen. Okay, this is the UI we are going to use for all kind of administrator activities and configuration. So configuring some UI or configuring related application or module related things, or doing coding also, for everything we are going to use this UI. Okay, so everyone should have the admin role available in their developer side. Okay, now if you click on this let's go, right, in App Engine Studio, then you will be redirected to the other screen. Okay, the one which we already saw. If you click on this let's go,
Creator.
yeah, creator one, yes. Okay, it means the admin user is having the option to act as a both as an admin as well as a creator user. But if you have already selected role as a creator user, then you don't have a choice to go back to the administrator screen. Okay, that is how the configurations has been already built by ServiceNow. Understood? Everyone got this, how to claim the new instance?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
And I have a doubt.
Yes.
So here now we have an instance, right?
Uh-huh.
So can we create like yesterday we have discussed like we can create some multiple instances.
No, we can't create. We can create only one instance with one ID.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you are having your company account, right? Yes, company will have the different instances. One for the development, one you can say for the testing purpose, and one will be actually for the production use, means where your actual users are using it.
Mhm.
Okay, so might be the fourth one will be there for training purpose, so they might have different one, but you as a learning purpose, you are taking this instance as a learning purpose, you will get only one.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
everyone is clear about it?
Yes, but sir, at initial point when we select with code, right?
Mhm.
Then this screen will come. If we select without coding, then what
Mhm.
it will be?
Then the same kind of screen will come, but if you are not doing code, right, it means you are going to be the creator user. Okay, so your role will be flagged as a creator user. Okay,
Okay,
then after that, if you wanted to have your admin user, then you need to go to change role action, and then you need to change role to admin, because in training we need the admin role screen. Okay.
okay, okay, okay.
Okay. Okay, let me share my screen so that we can move little forward with the other points. Okay, now we are clear how to get the instance. Okay, all actions we know. So this is actually the major product releases. Okay, we are having. So I have kept it here. If you see the version how they have started, okay, the black one and the in a bold font, you can see the version. It started with
We
A.
can't see your screen.
Oh, you can't see my screen.
No.
No, I have already shared my screen. Other members, you are able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, now we can see your screen.
Okay, good. Okay, so if you see here, these all are the versions, okay, related to the ServiceNow releases. You can see here it started from Aspen actually, then Aspen, Berlin, Calgary, Dublin, Eureka, Fuji, Geneva, Helsinki, Istanbul, Jakarta, Kingston, London, Madrid, New York, Orlando, Paris, Quebec, Rome. We are having they have already decided next to one is with San Diego, and next one with respect to T it is Tokyo actually. Okay, so they are having all the version. Don't know after few releases what naming convention they will start with, but yeah, but currently they are following the alphabetical orders with the city names actually. Okay, the big city names actually. And if you see the version Quebec, so why I have colored in two different color, the current version is Rome. Okay, and the release date is Q3 of 2021 actually, and the previous version was Quebec actually. And if you see here, currently ServiceNow supports only these two versions. Support means if anything goes wrong, you can reach out to them for any kind of support in only these two versions. Now, as you guys know, right? So any of the software, right? For example, Windows. So once they have released any other particular versions, they might say from this particular date we are stopping support for this particular version. On a similar basis, ServiceNow supports only n-1 version. So n-1 means n is the newest version here. You can say Rome 1, and the -1 is Quebec 1. So only these two versions will be supported. For example, some users or some customers using on a Paris, then once the Rome version will be released, they will not have any support from ServiceNow. Then without any choice, they need to upgrade their ServiceNow to at least Quebec, or you can say to the Rome version. If not Quebec, then to the Rome version, they need to upgrade it. Okay, everyone is clear about the versions and upgrade. We are having one session on upgrade, how we do exactly. Okay, but here it means you are upgrading your features. Okay, might be new version, ServiceNow might have few new products released or any new features released and all these things. Some some valuable functions and features will be there for your customer in each and every version. Clear? Okay, and this is what we already saw. If you are having this admin role, if you wanted to change role, you can go to the change user role and you will be able to change it from here. Okay, this is what. Now, if you, as I already mentioned, right, if you wanted to log into your instance, if you don't want it to go to that start building, right, then what you will do is you need to go to this particular URL, your instance name. Now, what is your instance name? That starting with that number, right, Dave904050 .servicenow.com. So once you will give name like this, you will be able to see this screen. Now, as you know, your username is admin and your password, whatever the password, that complex password given by ServiceNow, you can give and you will be able to log in by using this one. So we call this as a login password, or you can say the login page. Okay, the front page, the first page when you are going to log into the ServiceNow. Now, once you will log into ServiceNow, as we saw, right, we are able to see screen something like this. Okay, so this is part of the ServiceNow UI. So whichever things you are going to open in the ServiceNow instance, these three things are always be going to there. So the first one is going to be the banner here. The first one here is a banner. We call it as a banner. The second, this one, we call it as a navigator. So all the things which you require, you can search it here, okay? And you will be able to go to that particular item by searching here. Whenever you search it and click on that particular item, that particular content is going to open in this space itself, only on this space. This particular space, we call it as a content frame. So these are the three very, very important you can say element of ServiceNow UI. So UI means user interface, okay, where user is going to use it. Now this is for, you can say, the support users or the administrators or developers, those who are actually going to configure the ServiceNow, okay. But when it comes to end users to use it, yes, they will have this UI as well as some other UIs are also available, which they can't see this kind of things, okay, this kind of weird screen. They will be able to see the fancy screen there, okay. So that we call it as an end user experience, and that also you guys only need to configure, or you can say develop, so that your end users will be able to see that, okay. So these are the three main, or you can say the important components of ServiceNow UI. In tomorrow's session, we can see in detail this, okay, how we are going to use it actually. Okay. If anyone is having question till now, we can take the question. Anyone is having questions?
No, sir.
Sir? Yes. So you talk about two roles there. One was admin and other was app engine role.
Yes.
So, yeah. And Ganga Prasad was talking about creator role. Where is that?
The creator is nothing but app creator. Yeah.
Okay.
The same.
That is the same.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
See, that main difference, right? When you say admin means we are talking about the developer. Means you might have knowledge of scripting as well. Okay, you have knowledge of configuration. But when it comes to the app, or you can say the creator user, right? They will not write a single line of code. Everything will be without code. You can say low code or no code. It means they will have all the component related to drag and drop components will be there. Some checkbox related things will be there. Depending on that, ServiceNow will automatically create something for them. They are not creating by themselves, okay? So they are only giving the inputs. They are not the developer, but they wanted to create something. For such kind of users also, ServiceNow provides UI, okay? Normally they can do the configurations for their day-to-day activities or something like that. But anything out of the box comes, right, where configurations are required, a bit amount of coding is required, then yeah, definitely you should have the admin role.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else is having question? I will upload this material as well. You can go through this, and please make sure that everyone is claiming the instance. Okay, make sure that you are claiming the instance and you are having your instance handy with you from tomorrow. Okay, so that once we will go ahead with the other topics, right, you guys need to complete the assignments in your own personal instance.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
I have, sir, I have created one instance. I wiped it out.
Mhm.
It takes some time, and again it became new.
Okay, good.
Now everything will be set, reset, na?
Yes, yes,
In that
yes.
instance?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. Whichever choices you will give, right? While wiping out the instance, if you are saying keep the same name, then it will keep the
Yes,
same
yes.
name. If you are choosing, I don't want the same name, I want different name, you can take the different name.
Okay.
So everything is cloud based provisioning, so it won't take much time. Yeah, but sometimes few of you might face issue because they won't care that much about this particular service. Okay, they are providing this free of cost, all their software. Okay, means everything they are providing to you. So sometimes you might stuck. Maybe it will take few minutes. Okay,
Yes,
5
yes.
to 10 minutes.
It
So
took
you
some
need to
time.
keep those patience actually.
Yes, yes. And one message also popped up that's saying it will take some time, so kindly
Yeah,
wait for it.
definitely, because it is a cloud service. They need to spun out the first one and then spun in the next year, whatever your request will be. So it might take some time for you, but yeah, it will give you no problem.
Okay, sir. Okay, so thank you.
Okay, yeah. Okay, then we can conclude tomorrow's session, today's session. Okay, and see you guys tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Nice.
Okay,
Okay, sir.
thank you,
Thank you, sir.
thank you, everyone.
Thank you all.